These are basically zero-cost tools. They take time. I wish I had developed these tools in my 20s. I built them gradually. I've been working out a long time and little things here and there, but if you start them early, they stay with you. And I always think the best way to outperform everybody in your business, or at least keep up in very competitive business, and Joe Rogan is a beautiful example of this, is to take excellent care of your health. People who are really good at their craft invest in taking really good care of themselves. And then, foundational things. Get sunlight in your eyes in the morning, especially on cloudy days, as many days of your life as you can, and make it a pleasurable thing. Right? Just get up and get outside, get out on a porch, get outside, take sunglasses, just do it, right? Try and get your sleep right. Now, younger people with different schedules, like, don't give up a social life, but try and get a good amount of sleep. If you want to be healthy, to do 3 days a week of weight training, we're talking about 10 minutes of warm up and 50 to 60 minutes of working out. 3 days a week of some cardiovascular work. People might say, well, listen, I'm in my 20s or 30s, like I'm not worried about it. It's not about being worried about a heart attack. It's about maintaining blood flow to everything.
What is some cardiovascular?
Okay, so I think 1 day a week, you take a long, slow jog or pedal on the bike or treadmill or swim, whatever your favorite thing is. If you want to make it social and you're out with somebody, you could literally get one, like wear a weight vest for a hike if you want to make it harder, but you could skip rope, whatever. The other cardio day, sprint. It's real easy. Find a patch of land, sprint for 30 seconds to 45 seconds, then walk back for a minute to 90 seconds, sprint again, do that 5 to 10 times. By the end, you will have increased your speed, your VO2 max, your output. And then another day, do something fun. This is key. Okay, so sunlight, that. I think have some tool to be able to control your stress. Some people are super mellow, but some non-pharmaceutical tool. The double inhale through the nose, the physiological size. So big, deep inhale through the nose, then sneak in a little bit more air, then dump all your air with your mouth. That's the fastest way to calm down. And I'll just be very direct. You want to delay orgasm. It works for that too. Because remember, orgasm is an increase in the what we call the sympathetic tone of the nervous system. It's actually kind of like the stress response. And then comes the relaxation. You've got sunlight, exercise, stress control through physiological, the double inhale, long exhale through the mouth. Try and be a nose breather and not a mouth breather. Listen, I also think it's a really good idea, in addition to seeking good social connection, et cetera, I think it's good to have some practice that makes you more resilient. And I'm a big fan of cold showers and ice baths and cold. Put yourself into uncomfortable cold 3 or 5 days a week. It's not about the metabolism increase as much as is the mental training of doing something that sucks. I mean, David Goggins has this right. And so I think all of us would do well to push ourselves to be uncomfortable. And then in the cold, what's beautiful is after you get out of the cold, and I like to end on warm shower, you do a minute or 3 minutes of the cold or get in the ice bath or whatever it is, you get this huge long-lasting surge in dopamine that sets your mood and your positivity for hours and hours. This has been shown by data. And so I think it's a wonderful tool, and listen, these are basically zero-cost tools. They take time. I wish I had developed these tools in my 20s. I built them gradually. I've been working out a long time and little things here and there, but if you start them early, they stay with you. And I always think the best way to outperform everybody in your business, or at least keep up in very competitive business, and Joe Rogan is a beautiful example of this, is to take excellent care of your health. Think about 3 or 4 4-hour podcasts a week, plus the comedy thing, but it's superhuman, plus UFC. You're doing this, like, people who are really good at their craft invest in taking really good care of themselves and avoid toxic relationships. Just avoid them. They ruin people's lives. They'll ruin your life. Like, just do your best to be in healthy relationships, and then everything's good. And I don't say that lightly. Like, that's a big one. I've seen so many people who were doing great, but because they got caught up in some drama, they just nosedived the whole thing. So those would be the recommendations. There are a bunch of others, and I'll keep spouting them out on the internet.
Dr. motherfucking Huberman. Just saved your life, okay? You could do all that stuff, or you could just go get peptides like the rest of us.